Welcome to Franky Ro, everybody. This is your girl, Roshell. Now, today I had a great opportunity to speak with R&B sensation Jon B. We talked about music, 2017, and much more. Watch this great video right here. Good morning. This is Roshell.
Hey, Roshell. How you doing? This is Jon.
Hi, Jon. How are you this morning?
I'm blessed. How are you? Good to speak with you. Thank you for having me.
I am very blessed as well. Thank you for calling in. Where are you calling from today?
Pasadena, California.
Pasadena. All right. All right. Well, you know, Jon, it's very great to have you on Franky Ro. And I know tonight is a very exciting night that you will be appearing on TV One's Unsung Hollywood at 8 p.m. Now, we want you guys to check your local listings because Jon B has a lot to say. Now, with Unsung Hollywood, Jon, I know there are a lot of fans and viewers that will be watching. Now, before we get into some heavy conversation, is there anything that will shock us tonight when watching Jon B on Unsung Hollywood?
Well, I think that, people, when they listen to my music, I think that they're getting, a glimpse of my life, in some sense of, I write what I go through in my life. But this actually this puts the microscope to what's behind the songs, what actually was really happening. And you're hearing it from my mouth, you're not hearing it like reading it in a magazine or reading some blog or something like that, where someone's did an interview and they're telling you from their mouths. This is hearing it from yours truly. So it's very liberating to tell some of these stories because, if you're into what I do, this is just an opportunity to be that much closer to me as a person, more than an artist. I think this is the person behind the artist, Jon B, if you will. If I may refer to myself in that sense. You know what I mean? It's also very, it allows me to know that my humility is still intact. With all the success and the different ways of being able to be recognized, I still feel like that I hold on to so much. I'm so thankful. To my fans and to everyone that I've been able to collaborate with. I've learned so much over the last 20 years. So this is my opportunity to kind of express that,
Wow. Now, when I first crossed the commercial trailer for Jon B featuring on Unsung Hollywood, I began to see thousands of shares online, and everyone is so excited to finally get back into the life of Jon B because we've missed the music, we've missed, those eyes glaring at us through that TV screen. So when we found out about the feature, you're very welcome. When we found out about the feature, we were like, okay, let's see what Jon B has been up to. Now, what were some of the thoughts that ran through your mind when you found out about Jon B being featured on Unsung Hollywood?
Yeah, I mean, the main thing was, wow, okay, I get to tell my story now. I get to say what I'm so proud of and to talk about those highs, and then at the same time to talk about the lows, to be able to make some sense of, like, people sometimes ask me, where did you go? What happened with your, why didn't I see you as much in 2000 and whatever, you know what I mean, as I did back in, 2001 or whatever, or back in 1997, and this is my chance to tell that story. I don't want to say too much because you got to watch the show and it all reveal itself, but yeah, I think some people kind of wonder what happens to artists, what they go through. Why did the music industry change? Why did you go from selling millions and millions of records to to being happy with if a single sells like 20,000, 30,000 copies. It's a different time now making music with social media, and everything has completely changed. The way that we put our music out and the way we promote our music. There's no real video. People play videos anymore, so there's no venues for the music to really speak the way that it did back in the 90s. We had MTV, we had BET, we had all these, playing videos 24 hours a day. So it was a lot easier, to fit into that scope than it is to fit into today's scope, where you got trillions of artists coming out every day, and everybody can be famous if they want with the internet. So yeah, it's a lot more to hunt through, but I think people want quality in their life, and I've been making quality music for years, so people know where they can get that quality. And I
Right.
just want to continue to let people make, I want them to feel what they've always felt from my music, and that's just comfortable, a good warm feeling when you put it on.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree 100%. Now, John, the list of people that actually inspired you musically is a pretty good one. And one of the list that you have worked, the list of people that you have worked with and written music for, I mean, it ranges from the late Michael Jackson to Tony Braxton. But here we're in 2017, and I asked this question to a lot of artists because when you ask them, who inspired you? Most people say, oh, Michael Jackson or, many people from back in our day. But are there any recent artists or new artists who actually inspire you today?
Absolutely. So many people are coming out all the time that I'm just like, man, who's that? Oh, man, I love their music. Somebody who's more recent is The Weeknd. His music is very Michael Jackson-esque. It's got like a lot of those old elements that I just love harmony-wise, like with the arrangements of the background vocals. And the tracks are really great production. He's got a lot of melodic things that I really love. And I mean, Chris Brown is another sort of Michael Jackson-esque, artist that is really carrying the torch too. I mean, he's just such a phenomenal entertainer, and as well as a vocalist too. And he chooses really great records. I mean, I can't be mad at either one of them guys. I mean, I have to just tip my hat to anybody who's making it happen, and just because it's all influential to me. I listen to everything. I listen to jazz, I listen to reggae, I listen to house music, I listen to rock music, I listen to R&B music, classic soul. So there's nothing that's not influential to me right now. But I think that, to name a few, the Rihannas, the Adeles, the Ariana Grandes, they're all beautiful people, with beautiful voices and a gift. And I hope to
Right.
collaborate with all of them. I really want to collaborate with these people in the studio. I'd like to see what a Ray Schmurder, Jon B record would sound like, I'd like to be able to get with Drake, you know what I mean, one day, and and do something actually in the studio together, to be able to work with, I mean, even some of my guys, that are just on the new coming up, like Eric Bellinger, he's
Mhm.
amazing. We're actually doing something from a new project together right now, and he's a phenomenal writer and vocalist, and yeah, so you don't have to be on
Yes.
the main radar for me to love what you do, as long as you're talented.
Right.
I'm staying up with everything. So
And nowadays, a lot of people look for the hottest artists out there to work with. But you know what? It's about that music. If you drop something hot
yeah,
and it takes off,
yeah,
it's all
yeah.
good.
That's right, man. That's right. So yeah, I got my ears open all the time, and I mean, even like my man, I gotta big him up, is Quabs. He's a singer out of the UK. He's just got an amazing voice, real amazing tone, and he's
Mhm.
did some records with the group Disclosure recently that are, over the last couple of years that I love his voice. It's just too many names to name, but but I love music as a whole, so I'm never mad.
Awesome. Now, John, I kind of want to talk about soul singing and how you stepped out in the 90s as a white soul singer, and you stepped
Yeah,
into you stepped out there into a music genre that was mainly done by black men, and this is before Justin Timberlake and Robin Thicke, just to
yeah,
name a few. Now, I want to
yeah.
know how well were you accepted by the black male R&B artists who were already dominating that genre? How did they accept you when you stepped into the spotlight as a white male doing soul music?
I think it was a lot of like kind of like right away, first of all, people couldn't deny what I was bringing to the table because Babyface was right on my shoulder, right there next to me, vouching for what I was doing. And I think that he, the only people that he's really vouched for have been Tony Braxton, Whitney Houston, I mean, major artists, Boys to Men. So when he vouched for me like that with Someone to Love straight out the gate, I think it really, it kind of forced people into believing in what I was doing, because it's like, wait a minute, and even the fact that I was adamant about him being so influential, that you can only appreciate someone who's appreciating the music. I was outwardly saying I love R&B music. I'm an R&B artist, not a pop artist. And every time the label would try to get me to go away from the Babyface vibe and into some pop kind of vibe, I'd kind of like let them know, like, nah, I don't really want to go there. I'd rather put this "Are You Still Down" record out with Tupac, or I'd rather have this song, "What You Say Boo" that I just wrote. That's like I grew up off like groups like Tony, and Mint Condition, and being influenced by their music as well. So it's like that's what influenced songs like "I Do What You Say Boo," that whole real kind of bluesy soul element that's on Cool Relax. So yeah, but that's what the beautiful thing was about working with Kenny was, he validated what I was doing on my own, so that I didn't really have to have too many arguments. There was a couple people that used to, say, "Oh man, you sound just like Babyface. You got your own style or what?" And it's like, I had to answer all those people with the song "They Don't Know" on the next record, which would, don't listen to what people say,
Right.
literally.
I think maybe you upset brothers a little bit because you started taking all the sisters. I think that's kind of when sisters started dating white men. Maybe that's what it was. The sisters started dating the white men.
Well, I was trying to show just the one love, and really it's not about dating a white man or whatever, dating a black girl. It's like, to me, we're human beings, and we need to really revalue each other. We need to reevaluate how we're thinking every day of our lives. Like I do as a white man, I mean, everybody does. No matter what color you do, you need to reevaluate yourself. This morning when you wake up out of bed, did you wake up and look at yourself and say, I'm a human being? Because you are, and we all are, and we need to realize that's all we are. We all bleed the same blood, man. Don't get me preaching up in here, because I give you a sermon. But I'm saying that I feel like God put me in my position for a reason, to really show people that people are people, and we just need to make the beautiful music and enjoy each other,
Absolutely. Now, I know that you have been working and releasing your music independently for a while, but you've recently signed with Warryn Campbell, and he's the husband of Erica Campbell of Mary Mary. Now, that's some pretty exciting stuff. So, what can we look forward to from you in the near future?
That itself is it's kind of a different subject right now, because I'm taking a different turn, due to unforeseen events.
Okay.
I didn't, see coming. That album is actually taking a different direction. The deal was never signed with Warryn, but we were making some amazing music, and the album is a phenomenal album that I'm making. It's just taking a bit of a different direction right now. So, and we're trying to just lock everything down business-wise, so I can put this album out, and so it's going to take a little bit longer than I actually thought, and we're going to have to rethink the business approach of the album in terms of what label it's coming out under and all that. But nevertheless, my songs are my songs, and I'm bringing that real R&B for 2017. You can believe that. Best believe that. Just I can't give a definitive date at this moment.
Okay. Well, we are definitely ready for that real R&B back in 2017, and we're so glad to see you back out here on the music scene, and we definitely can't wait to see you tonight on TV One's Unsung Hollywood at 8 p.m. Jon, we thank you so much for stopping by, Franky and Ro. When you come to Fresno, you got to come see us in the studio now.
Oh, Fresno. My family's in Fresno, so, all my people, my Bay Area fans go hard like no other, so... big up to all my peoples out there, and I'll see you soon. You already know I'll be in the hood.
Well, let us know where the people can find you at on social media. Are you on Twitter?
Yeah, absolutely. Get at me. Official Jon B is who I am on Twitter. And, JonBWorld.com is where you can pretty much find everything regarding my career and what's coming and the whole discography. Yeah.
Well, Jon B, thank you so much for stopping by today. We know you have a busy day ahead of you, so we're going to go ahead and let you go, and we appreciate you stopping by. Much love to you and much success.
Thank you, and the same to you. Appreciate you having me. God bless you. One love.
We'd like to thank Jon B for stopping by Franky Ro to talk about his appearance on TV One's Unsung Hollywood. For more on Franky Ro, you can check us out on Facebook and Twitter. Chop it up with us and let us know what you'd like to see. There's more to come. See you guys real soon.